We're here today with Galen from G&R Diesel. Galen came down and did some training for our guys. We've carried G&R Diesel products for quite a few years now. One of our #1 selling sumps, but this gives us an opportunity to introduce Galen to you guys, and he's going to talk to you just a little bit about G&R Diesel, and we're going to kind of show you some of his best known products with us, and then some of the new products that he's got out on the market now. So Galen, buddy, how did you get into diesel performance, or I know you do performance work there at your shop, and what got you into diesel, man?
We actually got into it about 10 years ago. My dad and I had a repair shop, and we did all Class 8 semis. That's all we did, was anything from oil changes, brakes, to engine rebuilds. And then had some local guys start bringing pickups in, diesel pickups, started kind of figuring out how to fix those. And from there, business kind of took over as all pickup work. And then slowly kind of transitioned into some performance stuff. And my dad has a background in tool and die machining back in the 80s, so it was kind of easy for us to transition into manufacturing. So after we bought our first CNC machine, we just kind of were making parts just for ourselves, kind of on the side, and managed to just notice there's a huge demand. So we started taking ideas and products that we didn't like how they worked, and we were always fighting with modifying them and stuff, and so we just started kind of developing our own stuff around that, coming up with new ideas. And kind of the first big product we had was the Sump with the integrated return. A local guy kind of and us kind of went together and came up with the idea and tested some different stuff, and that's where that came from.
So our #1 selling product from G&R is Galen's Sump. I'll let him talk to you about some of the features that make this good. I did a video on this not long ago, but one of the things that I left out of that's one of the best points of this sump is the bracket that goes inside the tank and the amount of fuel that it lets come into the sump. So I'll let Galen talk about that.
So this sump, originally designed it to eliminate the need for running a return into the top of the fuel tank or into the filler neck. So that is the return portion of this. A couple of the things that we tried to think out pretty well was the sealing portion of it. O-ring seal, we used 2 bolts to get enough clamping force to seal the O-ring, and then also to spread out the clamping force onto the clamp. So we don't just have a single bolt in the middle. We use 2 bolts to get that maximum amount of clamping force. The clamp itself is designed to allow fuel in from both sides, so it comes in from this side and also from the top side here. The reason for that is so it doesn't create a vortex. When you have one small hole in a clamp, we found that the fuel would vortex and can cavitate a pump, especially in really high flow applications. So really, really nice sump. We sell a ton of them, especially with our lift pump sales. You guys that are thinking about doing an aftermarket lift pump, this goes naturally with that, obviously. One of the real nice features of this, and we were talking about it in our training today, they've got a plug on the bottom of the G&R sump. So if you get a bad batch of fuel and you need to offload it, you need to drain the tank real quick and easy way. You drop the plug out of it, and have some tanks there to catch it, and you're good to go. Absolutely.
So another nice feature of the sump. Really, really nice product. Galen's done a lot of work on this and really good engineering on this. So a good, really, really good product. We've never had one call on a leak from these things, and we've sold a ton of them. New products, Galen's always working on coming up with new stuff, trying to push the envelope on that. So one of the newer products that he's got that we'll have up on our website, this is for you 12 and 24 valve Dodge guys, because we're not going to forget about you. He's got a billet aluminum tappet cover that he's doing there. We're going to do an install video on this piece actually pretty soon. I'll let Galen talk about some of the features of this.
So the biggest feature on this is the O-ring seal in the back. So instead of the factory gasket always blows out, we use a 1-piece O-ring that allows for a perfect seal every time. That's kind of the biggest feature. If you're doing a pump install, replacing a pump, your injection pump, this is like a 20-minute 30-minute replacement tops. Eliminates a lot of stress in the future, just from the potential of leaks and so forth. The other cool thing is the crankcase vent. So it allows you to eliminate a lot of your crankcase pressure with the 2 extra ports. There's a baffle built into here to keep the oil and stuff from coming out. Don't have to run a catch can or anything like that. Just lowers your crankcase pressure, which in turn eliminates a lot of oil leaks. So a lot of times when you have a front main seal leaking, rear main seal leaking, valve cover gaskets leaking, a lot of that comes from crankcase pressure. So this eliminates your crankcase pressure, keeping other oil leaking issues down.
And we were talking about on the 24 valve trucks, you're going to be able to get crankcase relief through this and through your crankcase filter that's on the front of the cover. So you're getting more relief on the crankcase, which is a really good thing. Galen's got actually push rod, or the reliefs in this, cut into the cover as well. So all that really nice. And then they had a O-ring made for this. It's a one-piece O-ring that goes on to the cover. He's got it's recessed, so this is just as flat to the block. It's very flat to the block. So he's got recess for the O-ring. Really good job. No leaks on the O-ring. So a lot better than that stupid gasket that that comes with its stock. Sorry.
Definitely.
Yeah.
One of the other cool features, this single one part will fit any 89 to 02 application. So a lot of other covers you run into, they might not fit a VP pump or something like that. These will fit a VE pump, a P pump, a VP pump, no problem. Everything bolts right in.
Yeah, ready to go.
Yeah.
So we'll have those on the website for you guys here pretty soon. Turbo kits, he's working on some 6.0 turbo kits right now. He's got a 6.0 turbo kit that's really nice. We should be able to get those up for you. Working on some chargers to go with those kits for you guys that are just with tuning on the truck. Want to make sure that we get you in the right size charger for drop in, so you don't have as much lag in a non-VGT turbo. So
for sure.
But yeah, they're always pushing the envelope on it and looking for new innovations and new products coming out. So met Galen kind of out on the show scene. He was with us at Shide, so struck up a friendship, and it's been a good thing. So
absolutely,
we appreciate you coming up for training, man.
Yeah, it's been great.
Look for G&R on the website. If you have any questions, please give us a call, like and subscribe to our channel.